Dryads, and one is to kind of do a little mix. And some people will get the one bear out first, some people will get the one dryad out first. The real difference is that if you get dryads out first, the one advantage that you do gain is that you can actually kind of make a tier 2 push. And what you do is you try and just deal a little hero damage, try and pick up a bear or two while they're still not in master form, cancel some abolish or some rejuves. Really, if you're going to be making a mass dryad push or just kind of a slight dryad push on your way to bears, you really, your hero's very, very vulnerable, and you really need to rely on the fact that you have, your shop and your moonwells and stuff to compensate for the damage you're going to take. And the reason I mentioned shop is for the staff. A lot of people nowadays won't go with a single staff, they will go with the dual staff. Reason being is because then you don't really risk ruining your hero position. You can keep doing a little more damage output. For the 150 gold, it's really worth the less hassle just to be able to staff 2 things out and really not have to worry about it. Plus, you can staff a couple things out at a time. Basically, the one thing that you do is if you're going with a bear start first, bear start, I mean like right at tier 2. I'm sure you guys caught on to that. But really what you want to do is you want to kind of play a little bit more defensively, and you kind of want to make sure that you have a couple archers, maybe a little bit of an advantage, or some moon juice, stuff like that. Like if you waste a whole bunch of moon juice at tier 2, what you're going to have to do is actually get it like a dryad with abolish, and then try and rally jack them or something, and try and make up for what you've lost, or just play defensively and hope that they don't screw you over. This blows for Soju right now because not only does he not have abolish, but he's in a really bad position, and if anything he would have lost a bear and an archer. You really don't want to get squished up like that. Just in any case, I've won and lost games because of that. If you get squished into an area or squish someone in. Still, you want to be able to have the movement around so that you can navigate your heroes a little bit and do stuff that way. So, you always want to get a dryad with abolish, and the reason that they're good at tier 2, like right when you hit tier 2, and they still have the whole not dryad thing going on, is that units come out with like 75 mana. I believe bears do too, but really when bears pop out, they only have like 1 rejuve in them, and if you just use your abolish to get rid of it, you kind of negate the effect that the bears will have on the outcome of the battle. So really, when you hit tier 2, making the decision to go bears or dryads first is actually fairly important to the outcome of the game. So it really modifies the kind of advantages you'll have at certain points. If you go for a bear start first, you're going to have an advantage later on because bears are just way better than dryads and on a full on a straight up battle. Reason being, I mean, sure, you can get more dryad damage output and you have the abolish and all that stuff, but really, you focus a bear for a couple minutes and they staff it out at like 60 HP. You've wasted 900 HP worth of damage and you've gained nothing from it, and what they've done is they've probably sniped off a dryad and you've already staffed 2. So really, if you go straight up bears, you've kind of got an advantage later on, but if you don't, whatever. I forget, but Soju picked up an item from that, I think. Or did Moon get it? I think he got the Medallion of Courage. I really wasn't paying attention because I was talking, my bad. Let's see, not really much important going on right now. I guess I could talk about upgrades. Upgrades are fairly important in Elfmere, and you always go attack first. And you might be thinking, well, that's just stupid. You won't gain anything from rejuve and blah-de-blah. And really, rejuve is just one single abolish to get rid of. And if you'll notice, you get plus 10 with the roar on the bears with the upgrade. So basically, when you're maxing out the damage, or when you're weighing out the damage that you gain with the roar and stuff, you gain way more of an advantage by going attack first. Now, one important thing to do is to always get the first mana burn off in a battle. Especially when heroes hit level 5. Because when they're about to hit level 6, if you keep them at low mana, and you mana burn them quick before they get you, basically what you're going to end up doing is getting rid of their metamorphosis, which is actually fairly important. I mean, if they don't get metamorphosis, they don't really gain an advantage from getting level 6, other than a little bit more damage output, a little more armor, and a little more HP, and a little more intimidation. So, really, level 5 is pretty key. Of course, so is level 6 if you can play it right, and generally everyone plays it right. I mean, it's really it's pretty hard to screw it up, but still, stuff happens, and people get mana burned, and they lose level 6 heroes to level 5 heroes, so yeah, there's that. Always when you're upgrading, go, attack, then armor, and then attack, and then armor again, just because you're gaining more of an advantage by doing, less, really, by spending less, I should say, but yeah. Once again, as I said, first mana burn, getting it off, that was kind of important because he got 88 damage as opposed to 3, so that's one thing to keep in mind. Also, items play such a huge role in this, like, if you get Vamp Aura, that's like a world of hurt on your face, and you really don't want a world of hurt in your face because it hurts the face. Thought you should know. Soju has opted to go with the dual boots of speed. Moon didn't get any, obviously, because he didn't really get the shop advantage, so that's one thing to keep in mind. Also, this is kind of funny because Soju's Demon Hunter flees, and basically his base is under attack, so that's not good. But one thing he is picking up is a healing scroll, which is fairly important to a point. I mean, really what they're going to be doing is selecting a whole bunch of bears and then right-clicking one. So, I mean, if they have pretty good micro, healing scrolls really don't do much, other than, like, save 1 or 2 bears at the same time. Really, when someone's, like, assaulting your base, you really have to be careful what you do with your staffs. Take them out of your control group or something, or make sure that you're not battling near your tree, otherwise the staff does nothing. It just dodges, like, 20 damage worth. Also, a bad move to do is to, get stuck in their base. This is why Moon is forced to TP, is because he kind of gets nailed to the tree. Okay, that sounded dirty, but you know what I mean. Also, Moon loses a bear. GG. Yeah, that's game changing. JK. But yeah, that's the importance of actually removing units from your rally. One thing that Soju is really low on lumber. This is what you get for having a whole bunch of scout wisps that get picked off. Generally in Elfmere there's a lot of creeping anyways, so any scout wisps that are around are going to get, like, reamed. So, you kind of want to have a couple extra in your base, just for, safety. Safety first, always important. Actually, at this point, I was kind of surprised that Moon didn't expo. Not only because he has a huge advantage, I mean, he's at 72 food, Soju's at 49, and he still can't break low upkeep, but, Moon also has, like, not only the hero advantage, but, well, I mean, level 4 Naga compared to level 3 / almost 4 really doesn't make that much of a difference. Oh no, more crossed arrow. But seriously, if Moon explode right now, it would just kind of seal the deal. Which really surprised the crap out of me. I mean, what's Soju gonna do? Cancel your tree while Moon just, like, beats the crap out of him? I mean, all you really have to do is kind of camp it and kind of stay in the middle. You can just set it up at the natural next to you. I mean, there's really not much you can do. You can send a scout wisp back and forth and make sure that they don't go to it. I mean, it's pretty easy. That's just what I do. One thing to make sure is that try not to get your Naga mana burned, which is why Soju staffs here, even though the Naga is going to be safe. It's just a way to not only save a whole bunch of Forked Lightnings, but save a whole bunch of Moon Juice at the same time. So, yeah, you'll notice Moon is at 72 food, and he's pretty stacked on items, I think. Yes, he is. He still has a healing scroll. I mean, so does Soju, but it really, the thought died out of my head. So yeah, Moon's going to be creeping for level 4 on his Naga. and just kind of harass him with the dryads.